Well, Jesse, are we there yet? Because that's what home sellers are asking.
Yeah, right.
Listen, is the shift in the market done yet? Can we just have our prices go up another 10%? This is the St. George Real Estate Morning Drive with Jeremy Larkin
and Jesse Paul. And I mean, like,
we're at Larkin Group headquarters, guys. Happy 24th of July, Pioneer Day for lots of us. It's Pioneer Day for everybody, but a lot of people call it Pie and Beer Day. It's people, they like that. People like that. They make my mic. It makes them, there we go. It makes them feel good. You know, like we're gonna go against the culture. You can have your pie and beer. You can have your pie and root beer. I hope you're going to get up to Enterprise maybe today, guys, and check out the Corn Fest and all of their 24th of July celebrations. Tonight, Bryan Head has a ton. It is Bryan Head Town's 50th anniversary, which is actually kind of fun because it's my 50th anniversary of being alive, well, as of 3 weeks ago. And I was in Whistler, British Columbia, Jesse, a month ago.
Yeah.
And it is their 50th anniversary. So Bryan Head Town, Whistler, British Columbia, and Jeremy Larkin.
There you go.
All born in 75.
You guys are you're in good company.
Bryan Head has a big fireworks celebration tonight. They'll be going all weekend, and there were so many opportunities to do something today. I'm like, what do we do? So what we decided to do was instead come to our office and put on a radio show. Show is brought to you by a couple of great people. Chantry Abbott, Guild Mortgage. Chantry's one of our great partners. You see him on here all the time.
Yeah.
He puts a good show on.
Yeah, he does. In fact, when you're gone, I have three go-tos: Jessica, Carl Wright, or Chantry.
Which is a perfect...
Because they can have a great conversation.
Of course, which is perfect segue. So Chantry Abbott's with Guild Mortgage. If you're thinking of refinancing or purchasing a home, I want you to just Google Guild Mortgage St. George Chantry Abbott. And Carl Wright, he was on the show with me a week ago. He's with R1 Appraisal. Mm-hmm. And he is such a phenomenal human. After the show, we came in here and talked about, our home prices crashing in Southern Utah and nationwide. And then we went into our conference training room next door with Autumn Singh, one of our great agents, and we had an hour-and-a-half meeting about an $8 million, well, the sellers are hoping it's a $9 million piece of land, which is probably a $6 million piece of land. And Carl, just out of the goodness of his heart, spent an hour and a half with us.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we've sent a lot of business. And guys, the show is produced by Blueform Media at Blueform Media. By the way, such an easy handle, Mallory. So thanks for being here. And they come to our office and set us up for success. So, all right, look, we've talked about pie and beer. We've talked about the pioneers. And by the way, if you're brand new to St. George, like if you just pick this up, wow, what is this? Pioneer Day is basically it's the celebration of the pioneers coming into Utah in 1847. There is currently going on the Days of 1847 parade in downtown Salt Lake City. It's huge. And I think it's awesome. And it's absolutely a local holiday. It's a real local holiday.
Definitely.
Like a lot of businesses are closed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yoga studio wasn't closed. I was there at 5:30 with my daughter, but there were 12 people in the room, which that room is usually like 40. 40, yeah.
So clearly a lot of people are off for the holiday.
Yeah, it was really fun. I don't know. I mean, people are going to the lake, but as a former boat owner, you do not go to the lake on the 4th or the 24th or Memorial Day or Labor Day. You just don't. I was
invited to the lake, but I'm here at work.
Yeah. You could have gone.
Well, I know, but I have a lot to do today.
Yeah. Well, I will. Listen, Jesse, you do. And I lied about something. If you go to Sand Hollow or Quail Creek Reservoir early in the morning, like 6:30 on this morning, it would have been amazing for like 90 minutes. So.
They're going to Penguin, so I bet they're going to be.
Oh, that's a different world. Jesse Paul, we've set this up. We're at the Larkin Group headquarters with KW Realty, and I started by asking, are we there yet? Have you ever, the answer is yes, but I want you to play along. He has no idea what I'm going to ask him.
Right.
Have you ever been on a long road trip?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Plenty.
Very recently, what was it? Where'd you go?
Star Valley,
Wyoming. Okay. Who's up there?
My son.
Yeah. So how long does it take to drive up there to Star Valley?
About 8 hours. About 8 hours door to door we can get there.
So about Cedar City, which, by the way, anymore is 45 minutes. From St. George, it's 45 minutes. From the Tokerville exit, it's 25.
Yep.
From St. George, it's about 45 minutes.
Yep.
So 8-hour trip. So about Cedar City, did your wife start saying, are we close yet?
Not her, but I was thinking,
Yeah.
man, are we there yet? But we did take the grandkids this time, and we picked them up in Cedar City.
Oh, I bet that added
about
fun
Beaver,
and layers.
about Fillmore, about Nephi. How much longer do we got? Hey, are we almost there? So yeah.
So
Even though they travel well.
and I'm setting something up here. One of the dynamics, listen, if you're thinking about buying or selling in the next 12 months, this is so important.
Mm-hmm.
We do not, by the way, come on ever. We've done this for almost 13 years.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. We've done this for 13 years. You haven't, but you've been here a lot of them.
Yeah, I've been here a long time, but not that much.
I've been doing this for 13 years. We have never, ever run a show that was designed for cool sound bites and clicks. What we do at the St. George Real Estate Morning Drive is we take all the wisdom, I hope, and experience that we have gleaned. I've done this for 2 decades. Let's change the wording. We've walked over 2,000 clients, families, investors, builders through a real estate transaction. We just closed our what transaction this year, Jesse?
Was it 100th?
100. So I want you to think about this.
100th.
This is not to impress you, but to impress upon you if you're a listener. It's July 24th. We just closed our 100th transaction this year. Can you imagine the tens of thousands of pages of contract paperwork and emails and back and forth and conversations and addenda, right? Or all the things when you like renegotiate a contract, and problems and last minute inspection issues and painful, if you're a home seller, painful home pricing conversations that we've had in 6 months and 24 days. This year, we want to share something. And Jesse, the dynamic is this. I'm going to give you the reins for a second.
Okay.
The dynamic that we've seen for 20 years, and if you went to St. Louis or San Francisco or San Felipe, Mexico, basically, I'm sure it's the same. Sellers always think something and buyers always think something. What is that dynamic? It never changes.
So sellers always think it's going to be better tomorrow if it's
Yeah,
bad.
like the market, it's going to turn.
Or that if it's good, it's never going to change.
Like we're almost there. We're almost to Star Valley.
Right? and buyers always think it's going to crash. And we've been hearing that from buyers since
2 years ago.
2017.
Well, since 2017. And 2 years ago.
Right? And then during COVID, there was really a lot of fear there, but that was just a confusing time. But since 2022, for the last 3 years straight, they've thought it was going to crash. They were convinced it's going to crash.
Correct.
And sellers were convinced, it's going to come back. It'll come back. I'll just wait till next year.
Right. And here's I want to say something for let's address this for a minute. And what we have, guys, a standoff. There is a game of chicken being played with buyers and sellers nationwide. What happens is we see it and experience it long before you see the headline.
Right.
And the headlines are now hitting. Realtor.com's running headlines. Yahoo's running them. NAR's running them. And here's what it looks like. Home prices started going up in 2011. Okay. Well, let me say this. Just follow along. They bottomed in 2011. And if you and I, meaning you listening, or Jesse, or anyone in this room, had known, we would have purchased like 500 homes.
Right.
We didn't know. And everybody was shell-shocked and traumatized from the meltdown of the previous 5 years. And they went up starting in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, that's 8 years. In 20, on the 9th year, we had what we thought was the worst thing that had ever happened in real estate. Okay, is we had the COVID crisis. And I sat on a bike trail and shot a video and said, what if this actually drove the market up? I didn't know. This was April, right?
Yeah.
And then here's what happened. Guys, my hands are up with 9 years of home price appreciation. And in the 10th year, they skyrocketed. Okay? Guys, listen to me. 0 to 200 miles per hour bullet train.
In 1 year.
Guys, we saw 10 years of appreciation in 24 months.
Yep.
Okay? 10 years. He's dying to speak, but we're not done.
That's okay.
Because we're gonna lose the moment, bro.
I'm going to wait.
Let's not lose the moment.
Story of my life.
In the 11th year, they actually in some places went up a smidge more. Now, if you're a homeowner and you're thinking about selling, and I told you that 11 of the last 13 years home prices went up, is it logical that the market needs to exhale?
It is.
Yes.
Especially if you look at history, the market fluctuate every 7 years or so. It should. So in 2019, 2020, we were coming into actually a slowdown.
Yeah.
The market was getting a little bit soft. We were like, okay, this is overdue, right? It's what we expected. And then COVID happened and all cards went out the window.
Listen, guys, think about this for a minute. Yes, Jesse. So sellers are asking like his grandkids did. You know, they left Cedar City on their way to Star Valley. And by the time they hit Beaver, which is like 45 minutes from Cedar, 40 if you're going fast, they're like, hey, are we close, Grandpa? Sellers are asking us. So here's what's happening, guys. I have clients. This is the first time I've seen this in many, many years. I have 5 clients right now, 5 who are going to lose money selling their home. Now you go, how could that be? Well, here's the problem. They purchased the homes in the last 24 months and home prices came down a little bit. Well, they've come down in 24 months. Okay.
Yeah.
But if we had an 11-year run and now they've been down for 2 years and very marginally down, sellers, I know that I understand you. Do you guys know, you guys understand that what confirmation bias is? So confirmation bias is if we hear lots of information, our brain literally picks up information that confirms, supports, corroborates our story.
Yeah,
and it actually, 2 things, what we believe and what we want to be true.
Yep.
Okay. The confirmation bias from sellers is like, oh, well, they're going to fire Jerome Powell. He's going to get a pink slip. They used to use that term at the federal government, at the Fed. He'll be out. And then Trump will just drop rates to 3.5%. Listen to me. Listen to me. Guys, that is not going to happen. Now, listen, they might fire him and rates might come down some. They're not going down like that.
Yeah, because, well, what would have to happen for them to do that is they would have to start buying mortgage-backed securities.
And nobody knows what this means, but I'm going to tell you what it means. Guys, this is
buying those rates.
Here's what the federal government did, Jesse. I'm going to give it to you in English. It's an analogy. They ran up a gigantic credit card bill and had huge interest payments every month. And that's how they basically bought our way until 3% rates.
Yes.
So listen, my passion is high on this because there are a whole bunch of sellers right now in this market. And by the way, Vegas getting nuked.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Vegas getting nuked. Florida, guys, honestly, a meteor hit the entire real estate market. There's just a big crater. I'm not saying it's going to crash, but it's because it's not. It's not because people have equity. But what's going to happen? Great. What's going to happen is this. A whole bunch of sellers are going to look back in a year and they're going to go,
I wish I had.
Why didn't I just take the hit and move on? And this is the weird part, guys. This is the weird part. We have a bunch of sellers in this game of chicken. Buyers are like, look, we're sick and tired of the prices. Yes?
Yep.
Sellers are like, well, my neighbor got blank 2 or 3 years ago, and that's what I want. And here's the problem that sellers are doing. They bought a home. I looked at a home 2 days ago for a buyer. Is listed for $595, Jesse. They started at $669, $650, $625. Now they're $595. Jeremy, did prices come down $100,000? No, they were asking $100 too much. Well, guess what? I think it needs to go for $550. And here's the problem: the sellers paid. I have the history. $340 for the home in 2017.
So that's what I was going to correct you. Most of the sellers on the market today aren't losing money.
No, I'm just saying the people who bought in the last 2 years.
They're losing money
based
on what
loss.
they think they should get, right? And I made a statement when you and I were talking about earlier, you know, in this standoff. They're in the standoff of the
game of chicken,
corral.
man.
And sellers shouldn't be in a standoff with a buyer. They should be looking at other sellers going, okay, how do I beat them?
Correct.
Because that's who you're actually in a competition with, is other homes on the market, because whoever sells first will get the most money.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah, guys, homeowners need to understand You're competing with now the last comp. You're competing with the entire trajectory of the market. And so people are going to hear this. Now, confirmation bias goes like this. Some people are going to hear the show. They're going to hear my passion.
Your passion, yeah.
And they're going to, oh my gosh, Jeremy said the market's crashing. Guys, you can go back and listen to this 25 minutes. You can listen to it forward and backward. Right? Isn't that what they used to do? They said all the heavy metal songs, if you played them backward, they were like satanic things in the 80s. That was Ozzy Osbourne, rest his soul. So anyway, you'll never hear me say it was going to crash. I said it's not going to crash, but here's the problem. If you paid $340 for a house in 2017, and then you tried to sell it for $650 now, but it's only worth $575, you think you're taking a loss.
Yeah, but
you actually made $250. You actually made at least $200. You made $200.
Like a loss.
You made $200.
If that's all you're looking at, and that's why I said you can't look at what you want.
Yeah.
You have to look at, okay, who's my competition? The other thing I think they should be looking at is, okay, what homes are going under contract? Why did they go under contract? I didn't.
Yeah.
What was the difference?
Yeah, Jesse.
And then correct.
I'm going to ask you to pull the data for just a minute. We're going to talk about it.
The one he was talking about earlier?
Yeah, we got about 9 minutes on our show today, guys. By the way, this is the St. George Real Estate Morning Drive. Jeremy, Larkin, Jesse, Paul, over at Larkin Group headquarters with KW Realty. It is Pioneer Day. We are live. So I want to share this. Here are the kind of clients I see struggling. I have a couple of clients who purchase vacation rentals at the height of the market. Vacation rental market's getting slaughtered.
They are rough.
They're going to lose money.
2 years of inventory.
They're going to lose money, and here's what they're saying. Well, if I can't get X, I won't sell it. Here's the problem. They're likely going to sell it for less than a year, and they're likely in a year. Here's what's going to happen. Guys, I heard this in a TED Talk. When we go back and forth on a major decision in life, the speaker was talking about decision. He studied the science of decisions. They said, quite frankly, one of the main reasons we don't make decisions, where we sit and we hem and haw over an either or decision, we think that we're still trying to come up with the right answer. We know the right answer. What we're trying to do in our brain and our subconscious is avoid the pain of the decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're avoiding the pain.
And the longer you do that, the bigger the pain will be.
And in a year, guess what? They'll still be in pain. Okay. I have a client, sweet 84-year-old woman who purchased a home for her adult daughter. Of course, she's an adult. Seller's 84. 84, guys, worked her whole life to get here, bought a home for her daughter. Her daughter decided not to come to town because of a health issue and some other issues. She's sitting on a brand new home that by the time she sells it, she's competing with the developer in the subdivision. She's going to lose some money. Yeah. I have a client with two rentals that they got in a trade they did a real estate deal. They traded a commercial project for two homes. Well, they appraised for $1.1 million 2 years ago. Ooh. Guess what, Jess? Between the two of them, they ain't worth $1.1 million. Together, they're worth about $950. So he said, well, if I can't get my money, I'll just keep them. Here's the problem. He doesn't want to own properties in St. George. Yeah. He wants to own a property in Arizona. So here's what I'm getting at.
It's rough.
We work. I have a client who, on the vacation rental front, she has cancer. She's literally dealing with breast cancer, and they're losing money. And they're losing money every month owning the vacation rental, and they're losing money when they sell. So we know what this is like, but you have to realize home prices are up from 10 years ago, double. They're up from 5 years ago, still by 50%. So if you're a seller and you're not selling because you're like, oh, well, I thought I'd get more, I really think you're missing the forest for the trees on your family's goals. Yeah. Jesse, prove to us right now in our next 7 minutes that, by the way, buyers know. And so buyers are, in many cases, they're offering less. However, Jesse, will buyers pay full price if it's priced correctly?
Yep.
Absolutely, they will.
We see it all. If it's priced correctly, we've actually still seen multiple offers.
We will still see
if it's priced correctly.
What's happened? Tell us about this game of chicken. Are sellers really delisting their homes because they want a better price?
Yes. So I've got, and this is just in the last week, I've got about 44 homes that came off the market, whether they canceled the listing, whether they just withdrew it for a little while,
or it didn't sell and the listing expired.
It expired, right? Mm-hmm. So let me put this into perspective. I've got 131 new listings and 44 that came off the market. Mm-hmm. Not of those 131, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's true. So there's a standoff. Sellers are going, okay, if I can't get what I want, I'm taking my ball and going home.
It's that is the best analogy.
Here's what's interesting though, and here's where I want to prove that your statement, the market's not crashing. 134 homes went under contract last week. That's a lot of homes.
Guys, there are currently, listen, our year-to-date home sales in Washington County, 24 versus 5. Our current number of homes that are under contract with a buyer to go to purchase literally matches last year.
Yeah,
it's no lower, but what's happening is there's downward pressure on prices and sellers again, like guys, this is the shape of the market today.
Here's what's interesting also. So this confirms our sellers asking too much. Last week, 164 price changes. Here's what blows me away though. 98% of the homes that sell within 2 to 3 weeks of hitting the right price.
Honestly.
So if you get to the right price, you can almost guarantee that you will find a buyer within 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep. And
that's true across all price ranges.
And so, for buyers and sellers, if you're listening, I'm right when I say to our homeowners, the second buyers see a property on the market over 30 days, they start asking,
yeah, what's wrong with it?
I wonder what we could offer. Mm-hmm. And on this home that I said that started at 669, yeah, 669 is at 595. The buyers I took out, they said, what's the lowest price you think they would take? Well, guess why? They've been on the market 9 months. Listen, time is not your friend.
That's why I said the person that sells first will get the most money.
In every case. And so one of the data points that we will help you with when you get ready to put your home on the market is we use a very fun and simple equation to tell you the odds of your home selling in the first month. And then we build with you, the seller, a plan to ensure that the home sells in the first month. Because if it doesn't sell in the first month, it becomes at some level a statistic. Yep. It becomes there's this funny line in The Christmas Story. It's one of my favorite films, and it's when they're talking about Scott Farkas as the neighborhood bully, and he beats up. And they talked about they left behind them a rabble of victims. This long line of kids they'd beat up and roughed up and scared. 2 minutes, Jesse. So the design of how we work is we use an equation that honestly, Jesse, I don't know if 20 realtors understand the equation, and we won't get into it on the air, but we use an equation to help you know exactly what the odds are, the percentages are, odds are you of selling your home in the first month. And then we devise a plan, a strategy to ensure that the home sells in the first month. Yep. Because people who sell in the first month sell at the top of the market. And by the way, if the market is even going down by 0.02% per month, the top of the market is always this month, right? Mm-hmm. Guys, as we wrap up in our final minute, what's the market going to do next year? I don't know, but every single piece of data, every single piece of sociological data, as in the attitude of the world, is that home prices likely are lower next year. So I just, and for buyers, well, do we wait? I don't know, because most people who buy purchase because they need to purchase. By the way, I'm looking at real estate right now in Northern Utah to buy. I'm like literally actively watching.
Yeah. And I'm still buying in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So
just waiting for the right property.
I'm not buying in Southern Utah. I already have a home, but I'm looking for a home up there, guys. So if you want more information, Google the Larkin Group or visit us at gostgeorge.com. That's GOSTGeorge.com, or Google the Larkin Group. We can get you a copy of our summer home buying and selling guides, as well as our downsizing guide. Jeremy Larkin, Jesse Paul, Larkin Group, saying over and out.
Thanks for having us.